Again, is interesting. Yeah, I think more of a control mage.
There's a
for me.
Loyi.
Yeah, Loyi, something like that. Zetian, Loyi.
But it can get dived like
by the Suyo. Yeah, Kalea, you're right.
okay.
Among the
Eve.
players,
Okay, there you
when I
go.
give the word,
Yeah.
which
Still
I
Eve.
was
Khalid,
made
that was banned
for.
out in game 1.
Very classic.
Through here, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
No fuss, no rush, no coconuts.
Why would you? So why does the Benedetta look a bit better now?
You're right. That's why I think Dyrov is also kind of possible if he practiced it. That's a big question, right? Like, all right, a pick can work, but does he have mastery over it? And that's a big discussion. Look at Coach Moody and Flap.
They're thinking about it.
I think Moody's trying to justify it, and this is going to be an experimental pick. I can tell.
In game 3.
Surprise pick, not experimental. Surprise pick
Okay.
here in game 3.
Okay, so we laid out the suggestions there.
The clouds are ever shifting.
Okay,
Sora.
so Sora Valentina.
All right, not
on the
too
same
crazy.
team.
Not as crazy.
Yeah.
I like how we're like, yeah, you know, he's kind of been slept on now for a bit. Well, be the conclusion, though, of our Clash of Titans. Will Team Falcons finally be the team to do it? Will they give the first loss to Team Liquid here in the Season 17 of the MPL Philippines, or will they stay on top of it all and Team Liquid maintain the streak?
There's just so much more, obviously, flexibility. We've seen this Kalea work so well for Falcons in game number 2. So that mid-trio control is going to be definitely on their side, especially if you hit level 4. JP might have a harder time defending with the quick sand guard. You know what JP likes to do. He likes to soak up the ultis. He's not going to be able to do that as much because of the threat of the Tidal Strike and the Tsunami Slam.
Yeah, and Ogwen's been one of the best Kalea users so far here in Season 17.
Yeah.
There goes the quick sand guard for you. And they've been doing a really good job so far here in mid. Now there's Kyle forcing out the flicker from Sanji.
Okay, well, that's about as usual as it gets, especially when you have a Suyo on your side, but you just give a battle spell down. That's still a minor win right now for Team Falcons as they still maintain theirs. Also controlling the jungle, so at least no one went down, and TL is actually going to be in a good position to contest into this first turtle. They still have about almost 30 seconds left. Anji, okay, JP's there. They're looking for these level 4s once they come online. Now, with the turtle also being on this side of the map, we will see, I guess, in terms of if the Sora ends up being better for the team fight, especially when level 4 comes into consideration, because again, this is Uranus for Sanford. Both gold laners will stay on their side, and we'll see this 4v4 break out here.
Okay. Oh, Haji quite low
Haji.
here. Still doesn't use the flicker though. It's gonna be okay.
He has enough for real world, but I don't know if he's going to be healthy enough to actually pull it off for long. Carl DZ also on the side.
Sanji still not level 4 yet. Sanford does go in though. Kyle secures the objective, but in exchange for Ogwen. Flap though, finding Sanji in the back lines, forcing out a flicker from Sanford as well.
Haji actually didn't take the real world. He took Phantom Steve.
Phantom Seed. You know, sometimes that's what it is with Haji, man. Like, you know, I don't know if, again, sometimes he just takes what he can get because of that situation, or it's all part of the KDA machine. But the Phantom Seed seemed to go ahead and play its part. I'm sure we'll see him later on take more of the real world manipulation. But that's one of the great things about having a Valentina, right? You have all these options that you can utilize.
Oh.
Very flexible. You like to see? JP's not even level 4 yet, man. They're getting boxed out. So good advantage here being done by Falcons. Obviously, they're doing exactly what you need to do if you're facing against CLPH. Do not give away more deaths, or don't give away too many deaths in the early game. And you should be able to play level.
Oh, Teddy.
Focus on Teddy again.
Yeah, there goes the Tidal Strike. Doesn't necessarily land on Teddy though. Now he gets to use the Zaman Force still and is safe under the turret.
Okay, well, utilizing that Zaman Force, didn't even need to use the Purify. The Tidal Strike wasn't really where Ogwen wanted to land. So as long as Teddy stays steady, as he has throughout the majority of his matches for TLPH, he's going to be fine on the Harith here. But, you know, either way, the gold laners, they all come online at a certain point. Super Marco, like we've seen him do many times on the Claude, will go ahead and get there too. So it's up to TLPH's 4 other members to get control of this game, like we've seen them do in game 1. but ultimately stalemated out here so far in this early portion.
Yeah, it should be easier for Teddy to stay steady in this game, honestly. Because as a Harif, if they try to dive on you, throw out that Zaman Force, people are going to run scared, right?
Yeah, you're good.
So, yeah, he's going to have more capabilities to do that. Maybe that's why he's 100% win rate on this hero right now.
Yeah.
But there are ways around it. I think there is still a decent amount of possible crowd control chaining from Falcons if, if Haji takes the right skill.
Yeah.
We'll see that here. Maybe he can take a Raging Sandstorm.
Okay, let's see what he gets. He still hasn't picked up an ultimate. Kyle with the Sky Piercer pickup as well early on. Liquid are somewhat in control so far, but Ogwen, though, actually gets to choose a target now. It's going to be JP, Flap 2 trying to go in from the back lines. He tries to go for a pickoff, but he's forced to flicker out instead. JP gets taken down first in exchange for Flap. Super Marco 2 already using the Blazing Duet, and Haji might come next. He stole the Phantom Steed, but Falcons and Liquid are still fighting for this turtle.
Oh, that just seemed like not a fight that either team wanted to take, but it's still going.
Okay, Sanford trying to zone, but Kyle still wins out the Retry battle.
Kyle's been on point.
He's been so on point. Haji on the Leomord cosplay once again. I am so curious to know why that's the case here.
Yeah.
Is it having more impact compared to a real world? That's what.
Okay. Sanford has to get away from this. His ultimate will be okay.
Consecration should be fine.
Yeah, I guess it's Haji through the Phantom Steed is able to support like Flap a bit more, because it's just mostly Flap doing the zoning. Oh, speaking of Flap though, he gets pushed back now, trying to get taken out by Liquid, but he's still alive! Carl Teasy has to run away, loses the Phantom Steed, Haji steals it, and now he gets taken down.
Third time's a charm. Team Falcons takes a kill, takes a turret. They get the Purifier out from Teddy up top. Team Falcons, man, they're flying in this game 3.
That's right. And in the case of Haji, he's stampeding. He's galloping.
Yeah, he turned from an eagle to a horse.
To a horse. There should be like a mechanic where if Haji casts a Phantom Steed, the Carl Teasy should be able to catch it.
That's...
Because it's also a horse.
Think about it.
Come on, think about it, Moonton. Think about it.
But you know what? That's why Valentina is literally IMU, so... Barbiel doesn't know the difference.
Barbiel doesn't know the difference. He is him.
Yep.
I'm happy to see this kind of change or shift in the way that we use a Valentina.
Yeah.
It's so boring to always just get one mage skill. It's very predictable. Right now, what Haji's doing, I would not be able to predict this.
It feels like Falcons actually have 2 XP laners. 2 people just going in for the zone and the dive. Because Ogwen's just mostly really in for the setups.
Yeah.
So it's not the typical lineup where you have like a mage to do mage things to set up that box. It's a different kind of, or a different way of setting up a box.
Yeah, it might also just be one of those things where that's what he's doing at this portion of the game, then maybe changes it later. But the fight for this last turtle breaks out. They want to go ahead and fight it.
Can they fight it? Though Kyle denying, or Flap actually denying entry. Look at the Blazing Duet coming in from Marco as well. JP and Carl Teasy receiving a brunt of the damage. And Carl Teasy is the first to fall. Ogwen trying to go for the zone, but that's all it took. Falcons are already 3K ahead.
Yeah, Falcons really cracked the code here where TLPH is most vulnerable. And I think they're finding Carl Teasy over and over again, making sure that Sanji can't really fight as much.
Yep.
I don't know what kind of zoning they're doing, but it's working.
It's working great. And I think part of that was, again, letting Team Falcons get the Valentina plus the Sora combo. It seems like it's really difficult for Team Liquid to set up the way they want to set up.
Yeah.
Now, part of that puzzle is obviously Teddy. When he's going to be joining these fights, he does pick up a Feather of Heaven. He was there for that last one, but still, just I think it's more so of they need the proper setup for this to work. If you're Team Liquid Philippines, at least for now, we'll see how they play out into the First Lord. But even looking at their items, you know, most of them only have that first item locked in. Teddy does have the Stargame Scythe with the Feather of Heaven, though, but they've got some catch-up to do. You know, now that Team Falcons has 5,000 nearly ahead.
Yeah, they've got some big catching up to do. And this is actually a very unfamiliar situation, I feel like, for TLPH for a majority of the 6 weeks that we've been playing.
Yeah.
Very few teams have actually put them on the brink of losing. Again, not many can say that. That's why, again, Clash of Titans, boys. Clash of Titans.
Oh,
it's a real feel.
Teddy, who gets caught here.
Oh!
Still alive though. Carl TZ now might go for the punish. Open flickering out just to stay
things
alive.
high.
JP with a raging sandstorm also.
Marco.
But Falcons are just too tanky. Now they're the ones answering back with the blazing doing it. The real work from behind. Carl TZ and Sanji get caught in everything, and it's only Sanford and Teddy left alive.
Team Falcons knew they could win that fight after Teddy had to burn the Purify. Super Marco saw it and he went for it.
They're seeing an opening here. They are going to have Lord priority for this game. 7,000 on the gold score advantage. And Kyle is just one step ahead in this matchup.
Yeah. It's going to be a free Lord over to Falcons here. And now look at this. Kyle already level 15. Carl TZ has not had a great time. He's already 3 deaths in this Leomord.
And 11 down. Wow. 4 level gap. How many people can say they've done that in this season?
So interesting too, because we were just talking about the comparison in the jungle, you know, and how dominant Carl TZ has been, of course. We'll then leave it to Kyle. Not Kyle TZ anymore, Kyle, to go ahead and give Carl TZ a run for his money in game 3. Absolutely just value everywhere across the map here for Team Falcons. With this Lord making its way down mid, they're primed and ready to go ahead and take down some of these base turrets. Now TL, it's been pretty messy for them. From game 2 now up to game 3. Can they stay in this with a 10,000 gold deficit, or will they lose all their base turrets here? Team Falcons jumps in.
Oh, he does. He goes for JP, who has the quick sand guard, though he might be still alive. But Kyle says no. He finishes off the kill. Ogun will be the trade, but Super Marco with the blazing doing alongside Kyle. It's only Carl TZ left and Sanford all alone. There's a Lord still in the base, but they want the kill. He wants the savage, and they will go for the chase as it's only Haji standing in front of the base, putting an end to the win streak of TLPH.
And just like